Hello, family. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Healing What Should Never Broke podcast, which your hostess with the mostest, Cameron. And today we have a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, guest?
Hey y'all, I'm Cece Wilson, and I just want to say thank you so much for having me on
Of
today.
course, of course.
Yes.
So I would like to start off by asking you, what do you think you could change today that will make you a better person tomorrow?
One thing that I could change, or one thing that I would change about myself, or one thing that I would just change in general.
Uh, I'm sorry. Uh, both. Let's do both.
Okay. So one thing that I would change about myself would mainly be honestly, I feel like I don't speak up in enough situations. So if I could change one thing about myself, it would be to basically just speak up in more situations, speak up for myself, speak up for others, and I feel like that would make the world just genuinely a better place. Um, One thing that I could do, or one thing that I would change in general, is just for everyone to be nice to each other. Like, there's just so much evil in this world, and I feel like it would just be so much easier to just, if everyone was just like nice to each other,
Yes,
it would
yes,
be
yes,
way better.
yes, yes. What they be doing at poetry?
Yes, snap, snap.
But anyway, guys, on today's episode, honestly, when me and my cousin are together, there is no telling where the conversation is gonna go. So, hey, just buckle up and enjoy the ride.
Yo.
Please. But
Okay. So, should I just tell or should share a story about what just happened?
yes, yes, this is a free for all, you know.
Okay, so I think this is gonna be really fun. It's not funny, but it's like
It's not funny.
while I'm talking, let me actually go make sure my door is locked, for my safety. But okay, the door is locked. So basically, what happened was we were preparing to film the podcast. I was getting everything ready, and I just hear like a clang, like a clang. And so I'm thinking like, oh wow, someone's outside like fixing their car. And I look outside, nobody's outside fixing their car. And so then I see like a bike and it's like leaning
Pause,
against
pause. What color was the bike, ma'am?
black. The
Oh,
bike was
okay.
black.
Do you know what model it was?
Um, a bicycle. I don't know. But
Okay.
it was a black bike and so like a second later, I see a guy like walk out with just like Amazon packages, right? And I'm thinking to myself, never seen that guy in a day in my life. So he obviously doesn't live here. And yeah, it was pretty apparent when he grabbed his bike and started like walking off because, or starting to like try to pedal, but obviously you can't ride a bike and balance a giant box at once. So I'm like watching him struggle, and I actually have like video evidence. Like it's 2 seconds long, but I'm like, oh, he's literally struggling. And
Imagine if
so
he decides to tune in and be like, hold
he's like, wait a minute, is this what did they say from
on, is
Euphoria?
this a
Is
dummy?
this is this play about us? But yeah, so now and then I called the police. They couldn't really like tell that there was tampering of evidence like with the door, but I did just get a call back right before we were filming, like right before we were filming the podcast, and they retrieved some of the packages. So I delivered one personally. The other one was supposed to be for the apartment across the street because Amazon um sometimes the delivery people don't know how to read, but
It's
we love
okay.
them.
We love you. We
We
love you.
love them.
Thank
We
you.
love you.
Package
We
delivers. Thank
like literally
you.
have a package coming tomorrow. So this is no slander. It's just sometimes y'all
No,
get
for real. Imagine them
apartments.
listening to this podcast. They'd be like, no way. Just because of that, I'm going to throw your package in the garbage.
Literally. I'm like, I'm like, we still love you. Just sometimes I'll get it a little bit wrong, and that's okay because everyone makes mistakes.
Everyone makes
So
mistakes. Everyone has
everybody
those
has those
days.
days.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, we're gonna get copywritten.
Hannah
But
Montana, we
yes,
love you too. We
we
love you too.
love
We love
you,
you.
Miley Stewart, Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana.
Whoever you
Um,
are, all three.
and then she had that rap personality back in like 2013. We loved that too. Honestly, We Can't Stop by Miley Cyrus, a banger.
Mm,
And we can't. No.
questionable.
Right. Okay. Also, there's someone outside now, so I'm like looking to see what they're
Oh
doing.
my gosh, please,
I'm
please.
in the neighborhood watch. He's got like a bucket.
You're taking a break right now. You're taking a break. But anyway,
Mm.
me one of the things.
There's no breaks when you live in Gotham City.
Okay, Batman.
I'm Batman.
But no, one of the things me and my cousin were talking about, like for this 2025 year, were to be more productive. Like this is the year of productivity. This is the year of results. And
Absolutely.
with that being said, she also is a content creator. Would you like to elaborate more on that?
Yes. So, funny story. I was actually going to edit some YouTube videos today, but I accidentally deleted them off of my thing.
Oh,
So,
giving no content.
yeah, well, and it's kind of tricky because there's a lot of content I want to film, both short and long form content. But with the TikTok ban going on, it's kind of like, and TikTok was like my main source of like wanting to where I would post the most just because it's so easy to post on TikTok. Um,
You better hop on
I
Lemonade.
that's going too.
Oh, and ain't nobody
Yeah.
said nothing about that.
No, remember TikTok and Lemonade merged like back in November. So everything that's owned by the same company, ByteDance, is actually going. So CapCut, TikTok,
You know
and
how many
Lemonade.
recipes I have saved on Lemonade that I'm probably never gonna make? No, I never can.
Me with my exercise regimens, I'm like, let me go save those real quick, which is so crazy because I feel like Lemonade really their reign of like, Supreme or whatever, they haven't really been around that long, so it's kind of crazy.
It
But
is.
yeah, I'm hoping there's like a miracle that happens within like the next like 7 days. That or what day will it be? Wednesday when this is filmed, the next 4 days. Because I love TikTok and I actually have been growing to like Lemonade as well. So it's just a little heartbreaking. And I use
Oh, when I
CapCut for
told you
editing.
about Lemonade like months ago, you're like, I don't want that. And I look at you.
Okay, I was convinced. I wasn't initially,
You
but
are a
I was.
lemonader. You're a hater.
No,
Lemonader.
no, I am a lemonator. I love lemonade now. Like I literally, if I don't go to TikTok for something, I go to Lemonade because I'm like, what's a good like exercise regimen or what's a good recipe or something like that. So
That's me. Like I have like a million recipes, and I have yet to make one.
I am the same actually. I do more exercise on there though because I'll go on there and it'll be like exercises that took me from this to this in 2 days, and I'm like, oh, let me put that on the, let me put that on in the my folders.
You say
But
put it in the cart.
yes, it's in the cart. Absolutely. But if anybody, is this like a good time to plug? Should I plug right here or should I plug at the end?
I don't know what that means.
But like, should I say my social media names here or at the end?
Oh, you can do it now. At the end, this channel is about empowerment, baby. Let's get paid. Do what you gotta do.
Okay. Um, well, all of my socials are going to be, my Instagram, my TikTok, and pretty much everything that has like one handle is going to be CC Wilson 110. So that's CECEWILSON 110. And then my YouTube is CC Wilson, and that's CECE space WILSON. So those are my socials. If you guys want to give me a follow, um, I'm going to definitely be posting there a lot more because of TikTok. One thing about because I've been deliberating honestly, and people who are like people that I talk to who are like really hot, like really heavy social media like content creators, and even those who are like just getting into it like myself. Um, I've been kind of like deliberating what apps I should use because I don't really want to support like any Meta apps just because they're the ones that have mainly been pushing for the TikTok ban. And I feel like TikTok is it's such a really good app, honestly. Like I think it's the app that you learn a lot about like we were just saying the recipes, but you also learn about a lot like okay, religious things. I've learned a lot of
That's why
religious
they're
things.
closing it.
Yeah. But it's just you just learn a lot from there. And it's just like you can't go to the library and just open up a book and say, okay, well, this is how you make this random obscure thing. No.
No, for real. But piggybacking off of what you said with the whole meta thing, honestly, when I think of meta, you know, they got the little metaverse coming out where
Hmm.
you can be in like a little virtual reality, and it's giving a episode of freaking
Black
horror,
Mirror.
American Horror Story. Like
Oh, I was gonna say Black Mirror.
that
There's a Black
too,
Mirror
like
episode, yeah.
the way AI and everything is going, I really feels like we're in a book of freaking conspiracy theories right now because what the heck?
Yeah, it almost feels like alien, like no pun intended, but like it feels it does like feel so weird that it's like we're all in this. No, but like literally we're just in this state of being. And then even with like we don't know what's about to happen in the world with
Yeah.
politics and everything around the sun. It's all one big like bubble of confusion.
Like we're really out here flying on a flaming ball in the middle of nowhere, paying bills. Like what's going
We're not the flaming ball though, we're the floating ball.
on?
The sun's the the sun's the flaming ball.
Hold on, y'all.
And you know what though? That's okay because soon we will be a flaming ball.
No, for real, the way global warming
Global
is
warming?
going.
We are gonna be global warming,
Technically,
darn.
technically, the world is on fire, so we are a flaming ball at the moment.
You know what? You are right. Preach.
The
What's
fact that
that?
we're like, it's not funny. It's not
It's
funny.
not funny. No, it's not. It's not funny. It's not funny. But I feel like a lot of people, I feel like we're definitely some of those people, but a lot of people use like they laugh at trauma. Like it's because it's not funny, but like sometimes that's kind of how you have to cope
Yeah,
is
it's
to
the way we
laugh.
cope with it for sure.
Yeah, you gotta laugh to keep from crying, which I'm not gonna start crying on the podcast because that'd be like just
Hell no, I
really weird.
promise you. I will stop recording.
Yeah,
Yo.
we've came so far already. We're like 13 minutes in. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Y'all, when I said we had to like recut this and take after take after take, this is like take number 8. But you know what?
Literally. It's like the what's the thing from P-Valley? They said the grand re.
The re. First of all, Mercedes ain't gonna never get her last dance because what be going on?
I don't know. I think at this point they're gonna Chuckalisa is burnt down. It's been so long since we've had a
It
last
had been COVID, all type of stuff.
literally.
Like she ain't gonna never get her last dance.
You know, by the time she gets her last dance, she's gonna be like 60, and Chuckalisa is gonna be like some gentrified. They're gonna get a Starbucks.
No, for
You're gonna have a
real. Yeah,
Starbucks
that's
at
what
a
they do.
Target,
Pop a
and
Starbucks in the hood, baby, it's a wrap.
it's
When you
a,
see
it's
that
a
Starbucks, when you
wrap.
see that S, it's a wrap.
It's over
Go
with,
ahead, pack
and
it up. Get ready to pay extra rent because it's over. You're
don't
done.
oh, and don't let them drop a Chick-fil-A right there too.
Lansing is crazy. Like, bro,
Lansing of
Lansing,
all
Lansing
places.
said we got a Chipotle, we got a
A
Starbucks,
Chick-fil-A.
and a Chick-fil-A. I wouldn't be
There's
surprised if
where's
they
a
tore down
Chipotle?
Walmart. If they tore down Walmart and put a Target right there, just know it's a wrap.
Oh, I don't think they'll do that.
Hmm.
That area is too ghetto. That Walmart is too ghetto.
Listen though, at the rate they going, I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, the employees are so combative in there. Are we like, is this was like an episode of slander? Honestly, this is my truth. I'm living my truth right now. That,
Yes, be your authentic self, baby. Yes.
yes, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. That guy, I wanted a picture of Abby Lee Miller on my birthday cake around my birthday, and
That
he
has
wouldn't.
nothing to do with what we were just talking about at all.
But I'm just saying he was really mean to me. The manager at the cake or whatever, it was a guy. He was just really mean about it, and I'm like, it really hurt my
He
feelings.
probably hit you with the who is that?
No, he said, "Oh, if it's copywritten." In retrospect, it probably was copywritten, but it doesn't matter because I took my business to Jewel Osco, and that was the more superior cake anyway. Even though I do really love a Walmart cake, I had to just suck up my pride and go to Jewel. One thing about me, if I don't like your attitude or if I don't like the way you're talking to me,
She's gonna cry and call the police.
no, no, I'm going
I'm
to
just playing.
I'm gonna literally take, they just flew over that speed hump. Hold on. But I'm literally going to take my business elsewhere because there is no reason that you should be treating people any type of way. Because I know I have my bad days in retail. I know people have their bad days in retail, but I don't like yell at people. I might like not engage as I should, but sometimes people yell or like raise their voice or have a little attitude, and I'm like, okay, sister, take a chill pill.
Yeah, that definitely goes into that thing of just treating everybody with a kind heart because you never know what they go home to or the
Mm-hmm.
type of day they're experiencing or the type of impact you can make on them in that small amount of time. So I totally agree with that.
Clock it. But yeah.
Speaking of clock it, I will never understand how that girl took Shamar off her song so fast and put Soulja Boy.
Wait, what?
Yes, but
I
you know
didn't know
what?
that.
You know what? That's not what this podcast is about. It's not. I'm
Wait,
not.
no, but like that's kind of tea because how did I like not know that? What did they fall out?
I don't know. I guess Shamara said something about like he the reason people stream it or something. She said, "Yeah, don't worry about it."
I mean, did he lie? Did he lie? I don't see Soldier Boy. Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yes,
I had to,
yes.
but Soldier Boy out of all people. Sorry, guys. I have a dry throat because, and that's the reason why we are
That's
doing this.
why did you have to say it like that? Like,
Because, but like,
oh my
because,
gosh.
sorry, I keep like clearing my throat,
Drink
and that's
some
just.
water. Drink some water.
I think I do need to. I might get like a ginger ale. I've been drinking water all day.
Ginger ale has no ginger in it. Please.
It's okay. I'm gonna take a sip of
I
it and
have a
regret it.
question, family. Why do us as black people feel like if you drink a ginger ale, all your problems are healed? Like ginger ale doesn't even have any ginger in it. Like what's
Hey,
really
guess
that?
what? Guess what? Guess what? No idea. I am going to. Ooh, that sounded terrible.
Like I remember being younger and I'd be like, Mommy, my tummy hurts. She'd be like, oh, drink this ginger ale, you'll be alright.
But
And I
were you
remember
okay?
that's not the point.
Yes, that is that is the point. You were
That's not the
okay.
point.
But
That's
guess
not the
what? Guess
point.
what? Shh, shh. Guess what? Guess what?
Oh my god.
Delicious.
I bet it is. That
Mm-hmm.
artificial ginger.
Mm-hmm.
It hit different, huh?
What's the water, high fructose corn syrup? I'm gonna ginger extract. Oh, and less than 2% of ginger extract. There's ginger in there though.
Uh, Less than 2%. Oh,
Well, I'm not a scientist, but that
it's the
ginger
fact that
ale.
it's ginger abstract. It's crazy. But you
Well,
know what, y'all? We're gonna get into that on a whole nother episode, you know?
yeah, that sign can't stop me because I can't read.
Please. Rebecca, please.
My Shayla. See, I'm gonna miss TikTok.
This is another thing too. Like, I feel like that's why black men are so afraid to be vulnerable because people make fun of them like this.
I don't
Tyreek is
even know.
over here crying about his daughter, and we over here making memes about it.
I didn't know that was about his daughter.
Wait, okay, y'all. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
I'm
go
gonna have
back
to
and
look.
fact check. I'm gonna fact check.
I'm gonna have to. Actually, I can fact check that in like 2 seconds.
But even with
Um,
that, even with Will Smith, like This man was in his most vulnerable state, and what do? We laughed at the man,
Yeah.
and then
Especially when he
just
smacked Will Smith. I mean, when he
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Yeah, when he smacked Chris Rock. Like I think that we were just so in shock that we had to like laugh it off, and we were like, "What the heck?"
But no, it's really the point that when men do come out and be like, okay, well, I feel some type of way, or they do try to be vulnerable, or they actually do break down, I feel like they see it as weak and they're less likely and they bottle up all these emotions and they just get to a point where they just break instead of asking for help. And that's scary.
Absolutely. And that's why I always try to ask my boyfriend. I'm like, "How are you physically? How are you mentally? Like, do you need this?" And I do the same to him. I'm like, "Okay, I'm a little overstimulated right now. I need my me time." Or if he wants me to do something and I'm like, "Hold on, I'll do it in a second. I'm just a little overstimulated right now." I try to like let him know as well, like what I've got going on, and because I know, and sometimes I can't like verbalize it in the moment. Like even today, Cam was sending me
Please.
and I was trying to like figure out my SD card situation, and she's sending me like all these Facebook reels, and I'm like, Cam, stop sending me videos.
Listen, I will spam you, okay? Listen, that's my love language, okay? I
And
can't
I
help
go back and
it.
I watch them like when I have the time,
And
and
then she be laughing like, okay, yeah, this would have made me feel better if I watched it then, for sure.
yeah, and now I just came to the conclusion that there's nothing I can do about my all my videos I watch because I can't read apparently, and I didn't know what formatting means, and then my boyfriend's like, oh. He's like, you don't know what formatting means? They didn't teach that in school. I'm like, babe, I have a public school education. All of my schools I went to are public
Wait,
AF.
no, so like fun fact, when I was in like I wanna say junior high, we had like this typing computer class. Actually, I don't know what grade I was in.
That probably was like sixth grade because I had that too. I had a computer class as well. We learned like in ours, we learned typing, and then we learned like a bootleg version
Yeah.
of PowerPoint.
Yeah.
I mean, not PowerPoint, Photoshop. We learned like a ghetto.
Yeah. I didn't learn
Yeah.
that. What school you go to?
It wasn't like an actual like it was very much very ghetto, very like I don't know, but one of the things we had to learn was like how to cut out an apple and paste it onto this and
We didn't
the
learn none of that. All we learned was where to put our fingers on the keyboard to type faster, and we got graded on how fast we could type.
oh I don't even remember if they cared, but I am a fast typer, 45 to 50 words per minute.
Period.
Hire me, thank
All you
you.
remote jobs, you hear her. She also has a
Yes, hire me.
bachelor's, very
Mm-hmm.
qualified, very demure.
Very
Please.
mindful. You can't hear
But
my little taps on my fingers, but oh, by the way, the My Shayla was based on he was crying about a custody. It was Tyrese Gibson was crying about a custody battle for his daughter Shayla.
exactly. So my point exactly, like we just take these vulnerable men and we just turn them into a quick laugh and that I feel like us as women, us as people, period, we need to be more cautious about the men in our lives and actually
Hmm.
tapping into their mental health because that is a battle that they fight daily.
Absolutely.
And I
So if
feel
there's,
like go ahead.
I was gonna say if there's any I am essentially married now, but if there's any like men that feel like they need to, just need somewhere to vent about anything that got going on, you guys have
Yes,
my
please reach out.
socials.
Please reach
Literally.
out.
There was
Please.
a post the other day on Facebook that said that a 12-minute conversation with someone can like change them. So if you guys need a 12-minute conversation, a 2-minute conversation, a five, whatever it is, whatever I can do to help if you guys are feeling like low on your mental health just let me know. As long as you're respectful about my boundaries and everything,
Yes, and
then
this
yes,
goes for women too. Like the way I be seeing
absolutely.
suicide and depression post on my page, it really breaks my heart. And I say this so wholeheartedly. Like, if you ever feel that low, please reach out to me. Please, 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 please. I will do my
Absolutely.
best to speak encouragement because nobody should feel like that.
Especially with like women who are like going through postpartum, a lot of people don't understand the trajectory and like the what postpartum does to you mentally. Sometimes
Yes.
people are like killing their entire families, and it's like maybe because they didn't have that room to open up and say, okay, well, this is what I got going on. And, I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. So that's,
Yes,
yeah,
definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. We are here. You have resources. Please, please.
we see each other.
For sure. Like
And,
this is a building hands.
hmm
I'm like touching people now. Hold on. Hold on. I mean theoretically, not physically. Sorry.
and for all the listeners, of course, I do have to drop the National Suicide Hotline. The number, why can't I find it? Oh, it is 1-800-273-8255. And once again, that's 1-800-273-8255. If you do feel like you need that help, or it says you can call 988 as well. If you need that help, make sure you call. You can message me. I'm sure Cam's DMs will also be open.
Yes, yes, yes. And I
We
don't
don't
I
want anybody to
understand
feel
that
alone.
getting help and working on your mental health is very taboo in black communities, but you need to
Absolutely.
break that toxicity, please. We need to
Pause.
start paving the way for mental health because it is very serious. Very
Wait,
serious.
pause. You know what else is well, it's not taboo in a black household. That smoke alarm that keeps that
Listen,
keeps
we're breaking traumas, not black stereotypes. Leave me alone. I
no,
can't reach it.
it's like smoke alarm final boss because it's like one after the other keeps going off.
I really
Like
feel
they
like,
go off in succession.
yeah, I think it's another one in here, but listen, know what? We're not worried about that right now. Please, Rebecca, please.
Yes. So, and make sure you guys change your smoke alarm batteries. Just want to
Low
put that out
key, it's
there.
really, it's really over here. Like I hear it. I feel like it's in the closet somewhere.
Oh, I don't know if it would be in the closet. When I feel
It's
better.
trapped in a closet. R. Kelly, please leave it alone.
Oh,
Leave it alone.
oh, okay. Wow, I am not and I'm not an R. Kelly fan, but I will say,
That whole shit, like to come up with a whole 30 minute, I think it's like an hour worth of videos. Like, what was going through your man? And
oh
all the
no,
videos have nothing to do with each other. Like,
he was trying to distract the police from getting to him, but
no,
that didn't work.
seriously, because
That
what
didn't work too much.
like
He,
where the midget come from? Like, then it was a white lady named Bridget. Like,
Bridget with the
what?
midget, yeah,
Then the
and then
man
it
hopped
was the
out
echo.
the.
Bridget,
then,
Bridget.
the man, then the man hopped out the cabinet and. Oh,
Yeah. Wasn't she baking a pie? No, I think somebody was allergic to
then she
cherries.
was doing the dishes.
God.
Honestly, I don't even know. I honestly cannot say I sat there and watched that whole thing. Like, whew,
Yeah, I
but
think after some of them, I was like, this is crazy. But I think I like the Weird Al Yankovic version better. I'll have to send it to you. Um, that is called Trapped in the Drive-Thru. It's very
through the
funny.
drive-through is crazy.
Yeah, do you not know who Weird Al
Speaking of
Yankovic is?
drive-through, y'all, let me tell you about my very traumatic experience at Popeyes, bro. Like I had an event today. Also, I have my own business on Mother's Herbal Love where I sell herbal and or 100% organic skincare, healthcare. You know, go
Absolutely.
shop. I'll drop my website in the caption. Anyway, I had an event today, a pop up shop, and I was just thinking about food, and I said, "No, what? I'm finna go to Popeyes, go through the drive through." You know what she told me?
What she tell you?
We got a chicken sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, excuse me, what? So I'm like, no wait, no wait, whatever, whatever, whatever. So I say, can I get a 12-piece tender? Because I ordered my daughter like a 5-piece. So I said, no, I might as well get a 12-piece. You know what she had the nerve to say? We don't have 12 pieces. You know, like when something crazy happened and you just look into that imaginary camera.
Oh, like on The Office.
It was one of them moments because I just had to pull off. Because what do you mean? Popeyes on Salt Trail. Please do better.
Well, there's two
Please do
on. Well,
better.
I guess the other one's not on Sock Trail.
Where's the other one?
I was gonna say the one in Richmond Park, the other one that's absolutely really terrible.
Well, that is on South Trail.
Yeah, but it's like not exactly on
I
South
never
Trail.
went to that one, but that's really out of the way, honestly.
Yeah.
Moral
And
story is we need to do better. We need to do better.
I
KFC
guess
would never.
also, well, never mind. I guess that's on Route 30, the one in Indiana by
KFC would never.
KFC could never because they don't have any business. No, they have a little bit of business. You know who doesn't have business? Arby's.
You said
Arby's.
herpes.
Arby's.
I was gonna say what? Hold on. Hey
Arby's.
yo, pause, pause, hold the podcast. Pause the podcast. What do you mean? But yeah.
It's
Okay.
like that. It's like that meme where it's like, oh, I want Arby's, and it's like, oh, she really is hungry, or whatever it is. It's from The Simpsons.
No,
I'm
I
like,
can never honestly say that I have willingly in my 24 years of life woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna go to Arby's for sure.
I will say my weakness is their curly fries, but that's like the only thing I feel like I'll eat. Not gonna lie, if someone, pulls up at Arby's and I'm with them, they're like, what do you want? I'm like, okay, I'll eat, whatever this is off the menu, the least roast beef is roast beefiest thing ever, but
I don't
like,
know. They whole slogan is we got the meat. It's giving y'all got deer ankles because
oh my God. So, well, I just was about to burp. There's this YouTuber I watch, Gideon. I don't
she
know
be
his
eating
name.
deer ankles.
No, no, no. No. He is, he used to do like a lot of pranks on YouTube, but then he turned his life over to Christ, of course. So now,
Period.
yes. So now his big like thing on YouTube, besides like spreading the word, of course, is um predator busts. So he'll like plan out, or he'll like they'll have a decoy, and the decoy will talk to like the predators. The predators know their name, like know their age and everything. They know like, okay, they could be like 12 or
They normally
13,
do.
and they don't care. Like they'll still talk to them that way. And then they'll like meet up, quote unquote, meet up with a decoy or whatever. But this particular one, it was really funny. It was the guy was saying like, and it's not funny, but like the act, I'll have to send it to you. It's actually kind of like
At
it made
this
me giggle.
point, he done said
Um,
that 50 times.
yeah, but no. Yeah, the guy was basically like, oh, because he's a manager at Arby's, and he was saying that like, oh yeah, you can come to my job and we'll do this and this, and I'm like, that's kind of sick. Actually, it's really freaking sick that you're gonna do that to a child at your place of work. And then he basically like, gets busted or whatever, and there, I guess he sent like his picture to the quote unquote child, and then Gideon's like, oh, he works at Arby's. He's supposed to have the meats, but apparently in this picture
Bro,
he does not have the meats. So, and that just was like,
that's kind of sus to say about somebody, bro. Like,
no, but I mean, not a lot of the times if they like send a picture of their, what, he'll be like, oh. Like, do you think you have an above average, or how would you rate it? And a lot of them will be like,
rating is
oh,
crazy.
but a lot of them will say like, oh, mine is average or below average. And I'm like, why would you like admit to that on camera? Nobody's forcing you like to reveal yourself to prove it. Like you could lie about it, honestly, whatever. I mean, they're already in a terrible predicament anyway with like trying to talk to kids,
But
so I
that's
guess
another thing too, like grooming. I have noticed like it has become such a huge thing in society these days. Like
like more. Would you say it's like?
crazy.
I would say it's more normalized. I do think it's a
Yeah,
lot
it's
more like
more normalized. Yeah.
I will say like in our generation when we were kids, I feel like our generation since we were like one of the first, not one of the first, but like in our age group we were like pretty young, and we didn't like okay, we understood the internet, but we didn't like understand the internet. Like the kids these
Yeah.
days have a really great understanding of like, okay, I'm not gonna talk to strangers, but like back in the day, like
Yeah. It was
I
like, oh
never
my gosh, you play with Barbies too. Period.
yeah. Like, you could literally like not know who you're talking to on the internet. And I used to make a lot of friends on the internet, never
Yeah.
like really understanding, this could be a guy or this could be. I never was like groomed though, me personally, and I
And we
was just
also had those things. We had like IMVU, and we had
yeah, I had
like
like
Movie Star
Stardoll.
Planet, and we had all
Yeah,
these different apps where we were just so innocent and had no idea what was going on.
who we
And
were talking, who was on the other side of that screen.
right, we think,
Yeah,
oh, well, they're our age, and we just meeting friends, and it's just crazy. And now they got Roblox, and let me tell
yeah.
you, them
Some
kids
things
on
on
Roblox is
Roblox are a little,
ruthless.
yeah, they're mean, but I was gonna say some things on there are a little questionable, especially like because you can like, meet people outside of, not meet people outside of Roblox, but they definitely have like ways for people to communicate outside, if they, I guess, swap socials outside of like, on Discord and stuff like that. There's
Yeah, that's
ways
so
that
crazy.
predators can get a hold of children and say like, okay, I have this app, or I have Telegram or I have something. You talk to me on here. And
Right.
a lot of these parents nowadays are not looking through their children's phone. And I understand like wanting to give your children like, that privacy. And that's just
But at
why,
the end of the day, it's about your child's safety. Like I ain't gonna lie, I used to be so mad when my mom used to look through my phone. It's like being older now and having a child of my own. It's like I can relate to what the thought process was because let
yeah,
me tell you, it's ruthless out here.
absolutely. And you never know who you're talking to. And I understand also, like, I mean, even as someone who doesn't have a child, I do understand, like, wanting your child to feel like they have that, like, independence and like, you want to trust them. You want to have that trust. You want them to know, like, okay, I trust you. But
Hmm.
you can never, you can never, how do I say this without being like, you can never trust your child, but like, you can never allow your child to just have that complete trust or, oh, like, there's,
Yeah, because at the end of the day, your child is still curious. The best you can do is
yeah,
just build a strong enough relationship with them to that they would just come to you and feel comfortable talking to you about anything. And that's honestly
absolutely.
what it starts now. Like even my daughter being, I'm not gonna disclose her age, but even though she's this age right now, and when she talks, I listen because this is where it starts. This is where those feelings and emotions start to grow when she starts to get curious, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they definitely remember this feeling, whether they remember the exact situation or not. They remember this feeling, and this feeling is going to be a core to how they live their lives.
Absolutely. This is
So
this is
yeah,
kind of deep. This is
it
kind of
is
deep.
deep. But you know what? That's what this podcast is all about. You know.
Yes, and I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, are we gonna get? I don't want to get you banned
Yeah,
or
we're just gonna you better change to da 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 ba ba da da ba ba da 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 da.
okay. Now it's gonna sound like a I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, I love that, especially as someone, you have kids, you know what you want
Kid,
to give your
kid,
child.
kid.
Right, you know what I meant. You know what I meant.
Take that S
Like
off,
you,
baby. No more. Kid.
I mean,
Singular.
I don't know.
Kid.
I don't know what you got going on in the future, but
Yeah, the future, but presently. Kid.
presently you have one child, but
However,
there's always room for more.
nevertheless,
I did
that
just
is
kind of
true.
burp.
That is true. Oh my goodness. Moving forward.
But yes, um, like like you have an idea, sorry, and like, okay, this is what I want to do as a parent. This is how I want to, like you know what you want, and I think that's
Hmm.
really beautiful. I
I definitely
do.
try because, I think back to how I would have wanted my mother to respond to certain things, or how I have wanted to feel or how she could have made me more confident. And I feel like it does start at a young age. How
Mm-hmm.
you're treated at a young age sets the tone for how everybody treats you for the rest of your life. So that
Absolutely.
is
How and
very
how you view
important.
yourself as well.
Exactly.
Because if you never have anyone there to tell you, okay, like you're gorgeous, you're this, you're that, you're not gonna, remember that. You're not gonna think about that. You're gonna
Of course my mother did that, but at the end of the day, I think I learned about self-love at a very old age, like,
Mm-hmm.
and
Me
I feel
too,
like I
honestly.
would have not tolerated a lot of stuff in my past if I actually knew like what my worth was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel
And
like I learned that more with my spirituality and learning God and learning about what he did on the cross. And it's like, if a man literally died for me, I am not going to accept anything less. Like, what?
absolutely. Yeah, I do think that, like you said, with the self-love, I feel like you really get that when when you're, oh God, I'm sorry. My
It's
throat.
okay. It's okay.
I'm like, okay. See, this is why we had to do it virtually because I literally am like, my throat, it feels like it's closing up.
It's okay, y'all. I'm gonna give her some elderberry syrup. Also, so exclusively on my website for $32. You can go shop. You can go shop.
Absolutely.
Also, if you use promo code HWSHNBP 2025, you will get a $25 discount.
Ooh, ooh, off of your
Yeah.
entire purchase.
25%, my bad, y'all. Not
Oh,
$25, 25%.
I was like, wow, big
Yeah,
spenders.
yeah, 25%, baby, 25%, you
And
know?
the packaging is really nice. I did an
Yeah.
unboxing on my TikTok.
Wait, you need to move
We
to the
might be
street.
we might be cutting it close for you to go see by the time this drops. But it's on my Instagram as well, actually, now that I think about it.
But yes,
Um,
guys, I'm also working on being more eco-friendly. So, this is my first time being a business owner and testing out different things. So, of course, as time goes on, I will get better. I already have seen my progress from a year. So, I'm only get better from here, baby. It's only gonna get better. With the
absolutely,
podcast, too, this is my second episode, and I feel like I'm already 10 times better. You feel me?
absolutely. One thing I will say though, are those freaking smoke alarms.
Please, please leave me alone. Leave me alone.
It's
Y'all,
okay.
I promise you, like, this smoke alarm is so freaking high up on the wall that I tried to step on a step stool and I still couldn't reach it. So at this point, I need some tall, not, never mind. I'm not gonna finish that.
Some tall. What? I'm very curious.
Yes, I was gonna say I need me a tall. 1 second, guys. CC, please take over.
Okay. Um, but yeah. Um, what were we just talking about? Oh, yes. So, for one, I do think that camp is really short, but that's okay. Shorty, short, short, really short. Um,
Okay, guys, I'm back. As I mentioned, I'm also a mother before anything. So I had a little situation to handle, but you know what? I'm back.
absolutely. I was just saying how impactful I think your your podcast is going to be for everyone.
Yes, I'm so glad. And also, I am open to suggestions. Like, if you have anything you want to talk about or explore, please DM me.
Oh, topics, absolutely. Oh, shall I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't think that far.
Why
Um,
would you say that if you didn't have one?
just because I kind of felt like it was like a last minute thing. Um, I want to ask you, what was I already know what the inspiration was behind your business, but if you want to tell the friends here, what is the inspiration behind a Mother's Herbal Love LLC.
You know, we're not friends because in the club we all
Family.
fam.
Oh my gosh, it was the wrong F word. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was trying. I was like, I was like, okay, the friends. Then you said, okay, the family. I'm sorry. If you
But
want to tell the
anyway,
family your inspiration.
my inspiration behind my business was my daughter, of course, you know.
Okay.
Just wanting the best for her and just knowing like the ingredients that they put into things and just wanting the best alternative for her.
Absolutely. So you want your brand. You sorry. Once
It's
again, I just feel like my throat's closing up and not in a bad way. I mean, I guess
that
not
there's no
literally
good
either.
way, so it's
Yeah,
not
I
good. You're
know.
fine.
But yeah, I definitely and I really do like appreciate the initiative and the work that you do to make sure that your products are safe to use and that your ingredients are ethically sourced and that they're organic and everything.
Yes, yes,
Because
guys. It is extremely hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you are a parent and you want to start this for your child, it's not a easy journey. It's
Mm-mm,
not. I promise you, it's gonna be days you wanna give up and cry and scream. Trust me, I've been through all of that. But to know that you know what's in your child's things is makes a huge difference.
mm-hmm. Like you want, sorry, you want to know. My goodness, I talk this much on a regular, and my voice. I don't know. Maybe it just knows that I'm on a podcast. It just gets a
Yeah,
little
you
like
know, stuff
humid in here.
always embarrass you when it's time to be broadcasted.
Yeah, I think it's also a little humid in here, so that's why. And I'm a little under the weather once again, which is why we are doing this virtually. Once I feel better,
Yes, we will do it in person. And eventually, I will start to do video podcasts, and I'm gonna be in my nice, comfy chair with my big, fluffy throw with the nice little microphone that sit on the table and hang down. But right now, we're
so
just audio.
where will your guests be?
Oh, y'all can sit on the floor. No, I'm just playing.
Oh,
It's
got
gonna be
it.
two. It's gonna be two chairs. You know, it's gonna be like a beanbag. I don't know. I have my setup in my head, and you know, you just have to see when you see it. You know.
You'll like will you have like a whole room or will you have like
Yes,
a
I will
just a
have a room dedicated to my podcast. Yes.
yes content?
And yes, you know, this is the year of progress. Once again, one thing that I'm really big on is the power of manifestation. You really have the power
Mhm.
of life and death in your tongue. So please, please, please speak positivity.
Yeah, speak positively into those that you know, speak positively into yourself. And I think that one's typically a really hard thing for a lot of people to do because it's so easy to be like self-deprecating, like, oh, I'm so this, I'm
Yeah,
so that. But I even do it. And so sometimes I have to stop myself and I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I might have a dumb moment, but I'm not a dumb person.
exactly.
Like, this is just a
Exactly.
moment in my life that is just stopping me right now, and I do try to catch myself, like I said, when I have those like self-deprecating moments because it's not always, that I'm stupid or anything. It's just that sometimes stuff
You
happens.
make mistakes. You're a human.
hmm Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has
Everybody
those
has
days.
mistakes. You just everybody know what I'm talking about. Everybody has them days. But yeah,
But
I
yeah,
feel like you never know. Let's just say, let's just do it for a week. I want you to speak positively to yourself. I want you to speak encouragement to yourself for a week and just see how your life changes before your eyes. Like, you literally have
absolutely.
the destiny of your future in the power of your tongue. I'm telling y'all.
Or even
Words
if
of
you don't feel like you
abundance.
can do that, pull together two or three positive affirmations and wake up every morning and before you pick up your phone, before you even go brush your teeth, go in the nearest mirror and read those affirmations to yourself. You will, even if you don't believe them, you will. I'm telling you,
Yes, if
it's
you
such a
say
life changer.
something for so long, just like how you started those negative terms about yourself. It all starts
Hmm.
somewhere, you know? It
Or
all
it, you know,
starts
it
somewhere.
turns into a habit. Like as much as you can um
Yeah.
form negative habits, you can also form positive habits.
And also, I am not perfect. As this podcast grows and as you learn more about me, you're gonna see I'm not perfect. But at the end of the day, if me telling you my mistakes can help you, I'm gonna do that because that's what this podcast is all about: learning from mistakes from the younger generations to the older generations. You know, just being better people in general for the world.
Hmm. This this whole podcast just based on the song "Nobody's Perfect" by Hannah
No,
Montana.
serious. I think I'm gonna name that. I think that's gonna be the name for this episode. Actually,
Nobody's perfect.
yes.
You baby.
But you know what? I feel like this is a great place to close out.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm starting to get choked up. And not because this is it is a very emotional podcast, but
Yes, I
my
really
throat
feel
feels like
like
it's closing up.
I really felt like it was. But you know what? That's what I want this podcast to be. I want it to be a safe space where you can laugh and you can cry, where you feel safe to be vulnerable and you can make mistakes and you could just be your authentic self, whatever that is, without feeling judged or feeling like somebody's looking down on you because you have a voice and it deserves to be heard.
Sorry. Yeah, that cough wants to be heard too.
Okay.
But
But
yes. You said you wanted to close it out here.
yes, we're gonna close it out. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you guys again. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Healing What Should Never Broke podcast by Cameron Adams, featuring my very special guests.
DC Wilson. And once again, don't forget to go ahead and follow my socials. Everything that has a handle is going to be at CC Wilson 110. That's CECEWILSON 110. And my YouTube is CC Wilson. And that's going to be CECE space WILSON. And thank you for having me on here today.
Of course, thank you guys for listening. I love you, and of course, be safe.
Woo! And make good choices.
Yeah, definitely make good choices. But we'll see you next week. Thank you. Closing out.